Illusion, no, not Illusion. I think at this point, Kyung playing the Mayin would actually allow Faye to get the perfect Tremor Smash as well, right? With the double whatevers, or to get serious. Once she locks them in, I think Faye's gonna have a good time. And once he has a good time, if he gets the perfect Tremor Smash, look, SIRI on a Soyue, he is going to have the best time ever. It's a party, at least on the side of Nongshim.
Yeah. But what about the Shoyu? Do you think he's, is it more of like, hey, we actually don't have any farm later, so we're going to pick this one up? Or is it, do you think it's actually good enough to be, again, you know, tier 2, tier 3 level a farmland?
I think we all agree, right? For everyone that plays HOK, for those of you that don't, you will be having a very happy welcome into the game with facing against the Soyue. He does a ton of damage. He's going to kick your butt. I mean, that's clear, right? And I think it solves quite a few things on the side of Nongshim, right? Damage, not a problem. Mobility, he has his getaway. He's able to jump out, you know, while win with the snipe as well. It's a lot of damage, a lot of mobility to escape. But it's, what, maximum 3 chances, right? He only has 3 charges on his ultimate, and that only comes late game. So, I don't know. I want to see who they have in mind for MFeng to try and go up against Soyue. He's not absolutely difficult to deal with. Marco works wonders against him, but I think Scars has already played Marco, so
yeah, I think so too. Yeah, so yeah, the perfect look at the bans for Nongshim. Farm later, okay, go to the bottom of the barrel, friend, because we're taking out almost all of them. They were very targeted in this one. Nongshim realizing that, hey, we're trying to close the game out, give MFeng something a little, you know, uncomfortable that he might not be the most comfortable on.
Yep, but also maybe looking at the potential of a better matchup, right? I think right now, actually, Alicio does work well. Alicio early game damage is not bad, and I think it matches up really well against Soyue's early game damage. The only difference is distancing, right? Positioning wise, I think is a little bit more in favor of SIRI at this point. So we'll see. Charlotte coming in as the final pick for the side of Scars. I like that. It's going to be a dance, a tango, right? And
let's go.
Okay. Give me your thoughts.
No, I think it has a lot of look at. It's perfect for what they're trying to set up here, right? You have the Mayin, you were talking about the control, you have the Tremor Smash from the Lian Po to kind of wombo combo it, and then Dian Wei is just like clean up an aisle 3, right? Like with the amount of damage with the Shoyu as well, with the Princess Frost on top, like you have that giant wombo combo, everything that you're looking to do in terms of team fight. Scars really right now, they don't want to be fighting into this death ball. This is a scary lineup to be going up against. I think they need to be looking at split pushing and just kind of just force out you know, just kind of split up the enemy team as much as possible. But Nongshim with this draft, in my opinion, is looking to close out this series in this Game 4 here.
I definitely agree with you as well. I think there are benefits to the draft on the side of Scars. But I think it places a lot of emphasis for them to shut down 2 of the main people on the side of Nongshim, right? So they need to shut down SIRI because he is going to be an absolute menace if he gets farmed. Late game Soyue is not something you want to play against. And the other person that they definitely need to deal with is definitely HaKu. HaKu on the Dian Wei. Dian Wei, when he gets rid of crowd control on his body, he gets buffed. And it makes him insanely strong. So they cannot allow HaKu to get a lead in this game at all. Something needs to happen in the jungle.
Wow, I mean, that's so much pressure. Be like, hey, you cannot give let the enemy team have a single advantage at this point. Tough situation. This is, again, your tournament live. They could end the game or they end the series. Nongshim could move on with this one. It looks like they've put all their chips in on this one. They're looking to close this one out. You're putting a lot of pressure on the Scars because, again, if you can't give a slight advantage, anything can happen in Honor of Kings. And to put them in a situation, that's a lot of pressure for Scars.
I mean, if you're a Scars fan, if you have followed them from last year, you know they have been in this exact situation multiple times. It's not once or twice, it's multiple times, right? They are on the cusp of making it out of the qualifiers, but they lose at the last possible second. So Scars, I mean, they don't want to have history repeat itself. They need to make it work.
They need to. I mean, this is pretty much it, right? But again, your backs are on the wall. This is all she wrote in that sense. You got to make sure you win out this game so that you force the Game 5. This is a situation where, like, hey, I want my players to be on their best heroes. And the fact that you have MFeng on the Alicio, that worries me, right? You're going into the game 4 with that. This could be a tough one.
I'm not sure what the professional build is, at least for their server, but I think he definitely needs to get his Dreamforge Tempest as fast as possible. He needs that armor shred, he needs that attack speed as well, right? It fits perfectly with his kit, and right now, I think one of the most interesting lane matchups I've ever seen is actually at the Clash lane. Yin going up against Charlotte, the iframe possibilities are endless.
Love potential, right? In that top lane. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. I think, to be honest, though, for me, it's about HaKu on this Dianwei, right? Is he able to just kind of create this like late game monster that just has all the damage and tank ability that you would want to just kind of run you down? You're going to have a good time. But Kyung looks like he's going to get first blood against Kai in that top lane.
Okay, this is not a good start. I mean, okay, it's not going to be disastrous. Clash lane 1v1s, I think, normally don't change with one kill that big of a difference in terms of the entire game. But in the laning phase, it hurts, right? Kai is going to struggle against Kyung, for sure, for the rest of the game, for now.
I mean, look, that first blood, the gold difference. Oh, but it looks like they're going to go in. Oh, ASD looking to push him back, does get the kill. Finds SIRI a little out of position, but they got Ochik. At the end of the day, that's a trade Scars will take any day of the week.
Oh yeah, for sure. But at the same time, they committed quite a lot of flashes on the side of Nongshim Red Force, right? So, I still give the edge to the Nongshim. While Ochik's very happy that MFeng got to survive, Nongshim still in the driver's seat for now.
Really? Even with SIRI going down, I feel like he's still... You need to give him the time in the farm to get going, right? You don't want to put everything on a HaKu to do all that damage. I think Shoyu really needs to have a good game, and him dying early, not great as, Kai dying in that top lane.
I think it's fine, because I think actually Illusion and Faye are more damaging and more scary than just SIRI alone.
Okay, all right.
You have stuff like the Frigid Prison, Winter is here. There's plenty of AoE damage coming in, and HaKu benefits off of Illusion and Faye going crazy. So SIRI, I think SIRI is a byproduct. He's a perk. If he gets a strong start to the game, that's great. If he doesn't, it's fine. They will make it out into the mid game with an advantage either way. But Scars looking to change that for sure.
Yeah, they need to change that, right? You were talking about how they, giving up anything at this point. And Scar's doing a great job taking out that Tyrant. Super important they make sure that they burst it down as quickly as possible. Get those neutrals. That's one thing that they struggled with in the last game. They weren't able to take any of the big neutrals on that one. And they pretty much lost because of it, right? So Scar's changing things up, taking that lead. Huge win for them thus far. But now they need to kind of snowball into the mid game and have a much better network.
Yeah, there are a couple of things that you can't control, and you can't control the fact that Nongshim Red Force, they're funneling farm into the Dianwei. HaKu is just farming for free. Illusion kind of playing like a pseudo roam at this point. He's willing to give up his farm. Right now, he just wants to protect SIRI as much as possible.
I think it's smart. Dianwei is your win condition, right? I mean, if he's not going to get farmed, like, what is the point of picking him, right? He's not as good as other junglers who can kind of control and do the damage, but if he gets the farm, he's just like a late game monster that turns it off and just takes out everything, right? So he is your win condition. I think that they're doing a good job. That's very smart. Obviously sacrificial by Illusion. Let the man play to his strengths of just kind of controlling the battlefield and letting HaKu and SIRI clean up what's left.
Yeah, Illusion actually doesn't need to get too much farm at this stage of the game, right? The effectiveness of Illusion is just the ability to land his Frigid Prison. Once he lands it, actually, there's quite a bit of damage from the Winter is here as well.
Yeah, it would do quite a bit. I mean, it'll kind of rack up, and that's kind of what you want. This is why I like Nongshim's grab. Oh, the burst ram, connecting him, slowing him down. Like, he's going to be backed off. He's going to be fine at this point. But a little bit of a skirmish, a little bit poking and prodding in that bottom lane. But the top lane, Kai getting back in it just by almost taking the top T1, and they do.
Has destroyed a tower.
Yep, okay, HaKu has successfully taken at least one wave out of the 3 available during every summon. Every summoning of new waves. So HaKu should be pretty farmed up in terms of gold. He's level 10.
Yeah, he's level 10. But okay, what is the tipping point?
11.
What item do you want? Sorry?
He's 11. No, he just hit 11.
Oh, you just did 11. Yeah. Yeah. No, but what is... Okay, looks like they're going to take the bottom T1. But what item, what timing are you looking for HaKu to get to before he can kind of like turn things up?
I think he can already start to, right? If you take a look at the damage he's doing against the rest of the cast, with the exception of Arashi, he's doing
nice
pretty
tremor
much.
smash, connecting onto 2. They do have the snipe shot, but it looks like Nongshim are gonna just kind of back off on this one. But yeah, okay. If you're saying he's ready now, let's see. But it looks like he wants to just continue to farm at this point.
Yeah, definitely still needs to, of course. I mean, if I'm not wrong, he should have his Axe of Torment already. That's one of the core items for HaKu, right? Gets the extra slow every time he uses his skills, and it complements his skill set as well. Right now, I'm just curious to see if there's anyone on the side of Nongshim Red Force able to lower the side of Scars down so that he can actually use his Leap of Fury to maximum efficiency.
Yeah, that would. I mean, that's the best case scenario, right? And that's kind of where you want the rest of Nongshim to kind of turn and to kind of start the fight. Maybe you look at Kyung as kind of controlling, going in, initiating in the beginning, Illusion and SIRI just kind of just whittling them down, and then all of a sudden everybody's starting to get grouped, and then HaKu kind of comes in and clean up. Oh, that portal was on point.
Yeah, HaKu just made it out. He made it by the skin of his teeth. I thought the power gradation was going to hit him.
He gets out, playing it to the T, and again, just you force people. Like there was what, 4 members from Scars trying to go for that pickoff, that gank attempt, and that's wasted time. Now they're not farming. That's another way for Nongshim to get back in this game. This 2K net worth lead has kind of shifted in favor of Scars. They've done a great job early.
Yeah, and that small little play, whether it's intentional or not, whether he knew they were coming, it created a lot of space for SIRI as well. Now, take a look at the T1 on the bot, down to half-life, but Scars, they recognize this, and they see it as an opportunity. We need to force the issue here.
Yeah, forcing it out. Arashi just unruly blades back. The tremor smash connecting onto 3. That was huge. Knocks him up. ASD is a little bit low, but it looks like Kyung is going to be the first to fall. He changes lives with Kai, who goes down. The Tyrant continuing to be on. Arashi looking to just tank in this one. He gets sniped out. He gets picked off, and Nongshim will happily clean up the remains of that Tyrant. Picks it up, and now Nongshim have turned this around, even though they're still far behind. HaKu needs to be a little bit careful. He does have the shield. The rest of Nongshim are going to just join him to kind of protect him at this point. But again, Nongshim, good team fight for them.
Yeah, hey, but HaKu just got that Blood Rage. He was so lucky there. If he did not have the Blood Rage, he would have been dead. Right now, okay, so in terms of farm, I think MFeng doing really well for himself. Shadow Reaper, along with the Reinforced Tempest, he is hitting extremely fast. Right now, I think he just needs his Eternity Blade, maybe goes for a little bit more greed and finish off with the Siege Breaker. It could be something that is a very huge for the side of Scars. I like the fact they have the goal lead, but they need to take better fights.
Yeah, take better fights for sure. I mean, look, HaKu, I think Nongshim right now, they're a little bit behind because they've funneled so much. They've kind of just forced, everyone else to kind of stick together so that when you're kind of funneling all the farm into HaKu, which he's definitely leading in terms of net worth, some of the other team might struggle here. But now going for the burst ramp, try to go for the Tremor Smash, the Unruly Blade back, keeping Arashi alive, and it looks like Scars will back off, trying to find the next sort of pick off as they poke and prod a little bit more. But if anything, Nongshim are looking to just take the blue buff here.
Yeah, at this point, I think the way the Scars fights, it has to be very telegraphed. Oh, nice catch though.
Oh, nice catch by Kyung. Finds him, picks him off. ASD gets caught out. You are a glass cannon, my friend, and you're out of position. You will be killed.
I mean, that was a good pick off, right? And now they don't have that multi-man knockup from ASD with the Ryu engine. It's a tough situation. HaKu here, he's happy to let SIRI just deal the damage.
Yeah, they'll take the damage here. They'll just burst this one out. HaKu just taking the Shadow Tyrant at this case. But, you know, the towers have still all been standing. Nongshim haven't been able to find their farm through objectives, which could easily change things up considering, you know, Nongshim are down to T1s themselves.
Okay, so if they get the two T1s that even it out, they're going to even out the goal. In fact, look at that, one T1, pretty much neck and neck in terms of finance already, right? So Scars, they need to find something else across the map. Maybe steal a buff, maybe get the next objective, and maybe get a kill here.
Yeah, maybe get a kill. Faye, about half-life, looking to get back in. He's looking to turn this around. Nice with Kyung there to kind of clean him up, but Arashi gets the kill onto Faye. The winner is here, the dash away. Kai is going to survive at this point, but they've gotten that pick off, and Faye actually got caught out.
I think Faye was trying to achieve something there. He was trying to draw them in so he could get the Tremor Smash, and that would have definitely changed the state of the game for the side of Nongshim in the sense where Illusion would have been able to get the Winter is here and just set everything up for the team. But I think he, once again, Faye just overzealous, I feel.
Yeah, oh my gosh, look at
Wow.
this. Here we go. HaKu looking to turn this around. Doesn't matter about your numbers. I will go after you and I will get the pick off. Kai, ASD, both killed. At this point, SIRI with a double, trying to get more, but they forced it out. And this is again, look, they had 2 members from Scars. They thought they could take on HaKu, who's looking to fight this 1 versus 2. And still, they cannot deal with HaKu, who's literally chasing after you. This is super scary.
Wild win? Oh, that was close.
Red team has destroyed a tower.
Okay, he's not gonna go for it, but the T3 now at the bot, yeah, plus the 3 lives they've taken away from Scars, that's a huge turnaround. Now they're up by 3,000. Shadow Overlord open for the taking. Nongshim back in control.
Nongshim back in control here, and HaKu is starting to become that monster. At what point are you like, hey, this is actually very scary. How do we itemize against the Dianwei here? What do we need to do as Scars?
They definitely need like armor shred
Overlord has been defeated.
and percentage damage at this point. I would like a Doomsday. I think that's something that works well against Dianweis in general. Adding to the fact that you are going up against the Lianpo, there's quite a lot of health shared between these two. So I think Doomsday does wonders. But at the same time, I think they just need to position a little bit better. That's all. I think Scars, itemization-wise, wonderful. They just need to make sure they don't get caught out by Fate once again. And stop taking one-on-ones with HaKu, please.
Well, they're taking one-on-ones. They were taking 2-on-ones and they were losing because HaKu is again a beast. Look at this guy. He's just going to run after them. He tries to go in. The burst ran back by... Okay. HaKu's getting focused in. He's taking a lot of damage. He does go down. The monster has been slain. But at what cost? Faye looking to trade. It looks like Arashi wants to go in for this one. Tries to get the wind slash. Kills Faye as well. They've got an illusion. That's a double going the way of Arashi. But ASD did fall. So they got something. And now Nongshim right now looking to just kind of put a little bit of pressure on this one as the top T3 does fall.
Okay, they get the shutdown onto SIRI, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a difference maker at this point because a T3 for a shutdown means nothing in the long run.
Blue team has destroyed
Bit of
a
a change here.
tower.
MFeng will take this. They're going to try to push the initiative a little bit here. HaKu is going to be up in seconds. He will be up and will be able to defend at least the T3, but this is a swing in favor of Scars. That's what they wanted to have done. The net worth lead has shifted. Scars are definitely in the lead at this point, so this is a huge win for them. Now, how do they proceed? How do they get more pickoffs? Because that's a huge win. Nongshim seemed to have fumbled a little bit.
They need to do exactly what they did, which is to multi-man gank HaKu, right? You cannot allow HaKu to survive, and if you can kill HaKu off first, it's the best case scenario, because then you get to start to work on everyone else. I think the fact that Faye was also away from the team in a team fight contributed to the fact that Nongshim couldn't get that initiation. There was no multi-man Tremor Smash available, because Faye was just caught in no man's land.
Yeah, he's got to stick together. I think that it was one thing for HaKu to be up front. He thought he was tanky enough to kind of survive that, but hey, when everybody's getting gone on or everybody's going on you need your team to kind of back you up. There was no support on that one. It seemed like there was a little bit of a miscomm in terms of how we were going to proceed on that team fight. HaKu paid with his life. Bit of a shift in favor of Scars. That was a huge team fight for them, and now they're in the lead here.
Yeah, but I think Nongshim gonna revert back to old ways here. Right now, all they have to do is to play the same game they played in game number 3. Just play it slow and let the super minions do their work.
But it's only, I mean, the top and the bottom, those will be pushing. They're looking to go. Nice two-man stun. Oh, ASD with the play, the double to set things off. They've got a triple on him. They've got 3 members down. They're looking to continue to push here. And HaKu, realizing that he doesn't have much, he's looking to just kind of push out the bottom lane as quickly as possible. Illusion will look to be standing behind, hopefully to defend. He doesn't have his winner is here. This T3 will fall. The base will be open. Will they go for the end game? They're looking to blow him up. The Sage Stay 3. They try to stay alive, but not able to do it. But now here, HaKu, it's 1 man versus the world. Try to fight this one. 1 versus 3. That's going to be life number 1. He's going to be coming, but he's going to be focused, and he will be taken out. And Scars will get game 4. They will take this out with the minions, and Scars will survive, and they will force a game 5.
Oh, that's a tough one to swallow for the side of Nongshim, but Scars, what a play! MFeng just took it to the next level there, and what a performance so far. I mean, I was about to command HaKu. He made the correct decision to get rid of the minion wave, but there was one more wave coming, and at that point, there was not enough time for Kyung to revive, get into the minion wave and destroy it. And so Scars, they walk away, they turn the whole game around. Impressive.
I mean, impressive here, but that was one of those things where, like, hey, Nongshim, you kind of threw that one, right? There was a moment where they were definitely in the driver's seat. They were forcing it out. They were doing so well. And then all of a sudden, like, we lose 2 big team fights. We have lost the game. We've got caught out, you know, and HaKu was not in the right situation. This is one of those things where if they deathball, they win. Right off of the back of HaKu. They can't take HaKu down the raid boss, you know, if he's grouped up with all 5 members. If he's isolated, he's going to be picked off. They did a great job, Scars that is, of just picking off the rest of the team. And then HaKu was by himself. They take him down.
Well, this is what we asked for, right? We wanted a full best of 5 series, so I'm happy we're going to get it. Now, they're both teams drawn 2-2. This time, I think... you know what? Maybe I'm gonna lean into Scars a little bit down here. I think Scars has the potential to take this entire thing. But I think we finally get the answer that we were looking for just now, which is what happens when Nongshim gets pulled to a long series. They're looking a little shaky, let's be honest.
Yeah. That was very sloppy. Comms didn't seem to be on the right page. They were making mistakes. Like this, it was one of those things where, like, hey, we have the lead, and then you kind of put your feet up on the desk. You're kind of like, we got this game. We got it, right? And it was one of those things where Scars is like, no, never say die. We're still in this one. ASD with some key plays, getting those pickoffs, setting it up, and Arashi, that wombo combo that they were doing, perfectly played. And MFeng, I questioned the Alicio. He was on point. 4-1 and 6. That's exactly what you wanted. He was able to just kind of clean up when they needed to. Nongshim, on the other hand, didn't seem like they were on the same page. Everybody was kind of split out. It kind of felt like a rank game, dare I say.
No, they were waiting for certain moments, right? So they were waiting for HaKu to cause confusion, go into the backlines on the side of Scars, and make them clump up together, right? To try and defend and save Feng's life, which worked out for them perfectly in the series, in the games in the series before. But right now, because an Alicio pick is really monstrous, very strong in late game, and the fact that ASD, you know what? I have not been impressed by ASD in the first couple of games. But ASD in this game, my goodness, he popped off. The real engine, that made it the world's difference. A double kill. That really put them on the map here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was the one where they're like, hey, okay, it's still kind of close. They won that one team fight, and then they needed to win that second one, and they did it off of that back of ASD. He was so patient. I hope we see it in the highlights because he was waiting in the bushes. Things were happening, and he wasn't going in. He was letting the enemy team group up even a little bit more, get themselves out of position. Then he went in, and he just blew them up. That was a perfect play by ASD. Really well played by Scars all around, but man, that was a barn burner of a game.
Yep, seconds before that happened, in my head, it was going uppercut, and he really did it, and oh my goodness, what a moment. Now, this sets us up for the stage where, you know what? First game of the day, it was Scars taking all the objectives, winning the game. Second game, Nongshim taking all the objectives, and following that, every single game has been a nail-biter, right? Both teams able to secure what they needed. Sometimes they get the Pirate, sometimes they get the Overlord, and we only had a singular Tempest Dragon out of the 4 games you've seen so far. Will we get to see a Tempest Dragon in the final game of the best of 5 series? That's my big question.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be crazy, right? Like, look, game 1 and 2, both kind of lopsided, both of them kind of, you know, putting themselves out there with some of their best foot forward in terms of strategy and draft. But then game 3 and 4, that was as close as it gets, right? I mean, having to lean on the Tempest Dragon, that game right there where Scars were able to find ways to kind of deal with the Dian Wei, who's now out of the pool, something to take note of. And now we get to that game 5 where really, again, all of the teams digging deep. How are they going to deal with this one? Because again, like, I'm only good with like 5 heroes max, okay? And getting to the game 5, and if they ban out some of my heroes, now I'm screwed, right? And obviously these pro players are much better than I. They have a deeper hero pool, but it's going to be the true test. And not only that, they have to have draft with good synergy. This one's going to be super interesting.
Okay, I like the fact that you air out that you don't have a very deep hero pool. I appreciate that. You know what? It takes a lot of courage to do that. And right now, I think it's going to take a lot of courage.
Oh, it's a lie, by the way.
both-
I'm so deep. Go on.
on both ends to try and make it out of this, because this is the grand finals, man. This is winner takes all. They will go into season 3 in Manila in Philippines. Let's take a look at the highlights. I mean, it was back and forth.
Has slain an enemy.
Yeah, it was so back and forth, right? I mean, it was one of those things where I was kind of like, oh, Nongshim, they have the lead, but they didn't have the map control like we previously saw. I felt like HaKu was too busy kind of solo, like farming. Like he was so tunnel visioned on that, where they weren't really sticking together. Like the rest of the team needs him to be that damage dealer, that raid boss, to kind of protect them. And he was kind of got caught out. Like this is a moment where, again, Faye tried to bait him out, got caught out. That was an awkward moment for here, but this was the big one. HaKu getting focused. Look at the rest of Scars. Where's the rest of, Nongshim? By the time SIRI got to the fight, HaKu had already been killed. They turned this one out, and this was the tipping point. This is a huge win for Scars, being able to turn this one around. Yes, Nongshim did not lose the game on this one, but this is the ultimate one. This is ASD. Look at him. Look how patient he is, right? He gets the nice little two-man knockup, blows up SIRI. That's the perfect initiation, setting it up, and then being able to close it out. What a well-played game by Scars.
Yep. Now, I just had to highlight this. I think we kind of missed it and we didn't talk about it, but don't worry, we didn't forget about you. Old Chick played a monster game here. His destined encounters were on point, catching almost every single member on both ends as well. So, I mean, impressive roam.